Rob, what are you
time is it,
doing?
Neil?
Rob,
It's time to go live here.
You still eating
Rob,
that weeder
Oh
boss?
my gosh! Hey guys, can I introduce our sponsor for the evening tonight? Our local MP has been very generous because he's been gifting us some free Weetabix, and there you see there's a picture of him going up. I think it's Hevertree Road, if I remember right, with
Looks
one
like
of his
he's been eating it,
constituents.
doesn't it?
And they don't seem to be minding, how they're walking. They're walking right up the street with weeds in there, and I just want to say
Rob,
appreciate
you just love
Yep.
that Weetabix. I'm
Yep.
surprised you haven't eaten it all yet.
Anyway, thanks to our sponsor, we appreciate it. Okay, Neil, kick us off here. Okay,
Yeah,
will you?
introduction today. It's we've got Nat's back on. He was a bit of a man flu, whatever you want to call it, last week, so he was out of it. Still got the same issues around Alphington and or Carrick area and Tony's area. We've still got major problems with the buses. A bus for a particular, we're blaming the roadworks going on and the extra cars and the extra lorries going around. But this ain't going to change for a minute. Okay, transparency. The summer house in Alphington, that's growing arms and legs. It's gone to an appeal, which means it's going to go to another council. Hopefully the council come to the correct decision. And by the way, when we talk about structures, I think Yvonne Atkinson totally supports the removal of that building. But just drive down Sydney Road, for example, and you'll see a structure on the right, which has got tiles or slates on it. Tony, what's the other one called?
I think this one in Riding Lane.
Riding Lane, big structure right next to the fence. Not saying it looks bad, it's just out of place.
Okay, hey Neil, can I stop you here for a minute?
Yeah, of course you can.
We're getting all out of the script here. We've got a call-in feature here. All you have to do is dial in 07355-429-205. Our lovely Jane will answer the phone tonight, and she'll give the details about how to call in, okay? What do you think about that, Neil?
Well, my wife's called Jane, is she? Sorry. Hello, Jane. Thank you. Yeah, so Jess is sick tonight, so we've got a replacement.
Let's skip to stick to the script, okay? You're supposed to do the intro tonight, Neil, right?
Another secret out.
Huh? Give us the intro here, Neil.
So the intro tonight is we are basically... I've just done the intro just now.
He did.
Yeah? Yeah, so we got Nat back online. We're going to be looking at local issues, everything like that, and talking about the budget and particularly the farmers. And I think we all know what happened to the farmers yesterday. So local issues first, the budget discussion, and then about the farmers.
Hey, thanks a lot, Neil. Okay, so let's kick it off here. We've got let's talk about the local issues, okay? I've got a really nice picture of our great new energy center there, right?
Yeah, one of our big bugs, Tony, one of your big bugs is this planning. It's still going ahead. I did write some letters regarding the sale of that green land, the green belt, or that land down there, Gracefield. Tony, what did you do?
Well, I mean, what I did was come with you and sort of see what the plans were of the empty field and how many trees were going to be cut down to sort of make way for these plans.
Yeah, I think there's only two or three.
I think there's three, but I mean, much as though they said they're going to plant a load to offset that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how they can plant trees that are being knocked down, and they're about 60, 70 foot high.
Yeah, so going back to it, I am totally against the heat source pump down there. And what I was told today, the Greens are against the heat source pump as well. Now, they're not against green as in green things, but if you look at all the labourers who are going around on the doors, they're saying the Greens are against it. They're against it because it's greenwashing. If you don't know what greenwashing is...
I don't know what it is. What is
greenwashing, Tony, would you want to explain greenwashing?
Well, I think you better explain this one. You're probably going to get it better, but as far as I'm aware, they'll tell you one thing when it's actually something else.
Yeah, so greenwashing is they say it's all about green, but they don't tell you exactly what's in the background. For example, the solar farm down there, how many diesel engines roughly, Nat?
Oh, I wouldn't like to guess.
There's about 19 diesel engines get kicked in in the winter, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, just go down there because you have a lovely walk, Tony, along the
river
along
bank.
the river. Yeah, And then all of a sudden you come to this place with chain link fence, and they got this woke diesel engines, and they kick in at night, right?
Yep. And the other one, the heat source pump, will have electric turbines going in to support the piping. And the piping's already been sunk. My biggest discussion is they didn't need planning permission because it was already agreed. All right. And I'm still harping on about it. It should not be happening. You should be listening to local people, local voices. And people aren't listening.
Well, they're steamrolling over anyone's, whatever people think, as long as, they get their sort of objective done.
Isn't it the democratic society?
Well, that's the democratic side of our local
green belt around
council.
Exeter. Our green belt around Exeter is getting threatened. Top of Red Hills?
Well, yeah, top of Red Hills, Nadderwater Road or that area. There's a bit of whether or not that will go ahead. I don't know. Rumour has it because of the slope, it may or may not. It might be an issue because of flooding.
And also, we keep talking about the buses. We keep writing to people about the buses. It ain't happening. It needs either overhaul or we need to look at the timings and the drivers and where they are. Right, but we have to understand there is a lot of roadworks going on in Exeter.
Well, Neil, can I just take us back to the Energy Center a little bit, because this is really bizarre. It just really bugs me because, again, like we said before, how come the only clients are woke public sector organizations? They're not you, sir. They're not you, Nat, okay? Now, Nat, if there were such great energy, right, if it wasn't greenwashing, then it would be coming to you and me, right, Tony?
Well, yeah, I mean, you'd think it would come to the residents, but it's not.
Don't talk stupid. That's too sensible.
No, it's too sensible. Yeah. No, it is going to government buildings.
And then they put it by the River X because they have water source heat pump kind of functionality. And then they change their mind all of a sudden.
Well,
you got to go to air to
air. They say
air,
there was 19
right?
probable sites, but they won't reveal what the other 18 were. You always think something's a bit suspicious.
It's always smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors. Yeah. And everything's smoke and mirrors. Right, we'll talk about the budget in a minute. All smoke and mirrors. They don't listen to the people. Right, Labour's got to go. Labour's got to go out of Exeter. All Labour people, when we went to the planning, all of them voted for this. It was to me. The more you dig into it, and somebody said to me once, "Follow the money, guys." And
okay, Neil. So on this slide here, we're talking about the local issues. Did you talk about the summer house, or did I miss that already?
Yeah, we've already talked about the summer house. So the summer house is ongoing. I just want to know, people, do we start a petition? That's the question.
Will it work, though? Because they won't pay attention.
They won't listen. And I've already said there's Labour people who basically agree with it taken down. I agree the rules and the law is a law, but I still question it was there for 25 years. All they've done is change the colour and a slight structural change.
I think somebody also pointed out if you put a load of children in there, it becomes a kiddies play area again and not a summer house, which is what it replaced.
Oh, so you put some... I got loads of kiddies' toys.
Yeah, put a load of kiddies' toys in there. You've got yourself a play area.
Loads, Rob, if you want some kiddies' toys...
I know
just a technicality, but they've called it a summer house. To me, it looks like a play area.
But
that's a good point, actually.
Well, I think I made that point a little while ago.
That's a good point.
Might have been you now.
Rob, we need to look at the law. Is it a kiddies' summer house? Kiddies' playhouse? Yeah.
Yeah, stick a little pool in it with balls. There you go. Yourself a little play area.
Anyway, I don't know if you all saw this, but on Facebook, which I cannot stand, by the way, you know that. Anyway, our favorite, one of our favorite councillors from Alphington, there are two of them, Yvonne and Rob Harding. Anyway, Yvonne posted something, and she said, well, what do you think about people putting stuff in their front yards like that? We shouldn't have that. So I said, hey, Yvonne, what have you met with the neighbors and also the people with the summer house? No response. I think, what really concerns me sometimes about, society and especially like leaders, people are elected, is that they don't actually roll up their sleeves like you guys and go meet with people.
Well, I mean, one thing I've said all along, and I think you do it occasionally, is photo opportunities. I could stand there picking up litter. I could stand there with a speed gun, but it won't get anything done.
Yeah, I agree. And on that, good point, because a number of pictures have been flashed up, right? And I really get a kick out
Well,
of it.
I've
because-
already upset my local Labour councillor by suggesting the fact that these photos will probably appear in leaflets, and sure enough, they did.
Yeah.
Before
Well,
we get on to Nat, I just want to update everybody in Alfreton. Roger, thank you for meeting in Chatbox last Friday. Very productive. We went round. We're looking at possible double lines in locations. It will upset a few people. We looked at Myrtle Close with some really bad trip hazards. A couple of people come out, and that was actually funny. Actually, so I was out with Roger, which is highways. We walking around, and a gentleman and lady turned out, Tony, and said, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" So we explained who we are. And then she interrogated me and she said, "Are you a Labour?" I went, "No, I'm Reform." I said, "Can I come in for a cup of tea anytime?" She can come in for anything. Yeah.
That sounds a bit blooming.
So I had to back
Done
off
it,
that.
eh?
So that was good. So then we went round to the shop, the manager in the shop. That's not politics, and I'm not saying he's Reform, and but he came up with good suggestions for good safety on that.
Yeah.
And overall, I was ambushed with the ladies in there. And one lady particularly, Rob, come up to me and she said, "I've got a parking problem in the road." I said, "Okay, what do you want? Is there a double line?" "No." I said, "Well, do you want parking permit?" And she went, "No." I said, "Well, what do you want?" She goes, "Well, nothing. I just wanted to tell you so I could get it off my chest." I got a laugh.
I thought you were going to say she wanted Roger to move his car and say,
No, sorry, I'm ambushing this a bit.
Yeah.
wasn't I?
Hey, Neil, you know what? You got off script again. Can I bring you back on?
Yes, sir.
Because we forgot to mention, in fact, I was going to give some people, the first call and 10 quid if they notice something different about our podcast. But one of the things that are different is that we've had a think and a little rebrand, and we just decided that, you know what, these conversations are not at all about politics. They're all about you all out there, the constituents. Neil, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, so we are Reform councillors, and we're proud to be Reform. Nat, would you say?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Right, but we're trying to be open to everybody. For example, next week we've got James and a lady coming on, which belongs to Exeter Cycling. They are not to any party, affiliated to any party. So we will be neutral. And the reason we also want to be neutral is because we want to invite anybody on, and we're not talking about Reform. So to me, it's a win-win, because we've got moderate supporters out there, moderate who don't really want to do that. And what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd give everybody a voice.
I
isn't it?
would
And,
give
it's-
everyone
it's-
a voice,
it-
even, I dare say, and you're not going to be very happy, some of the local councillors.
Well, it's a
Why
good
not?
platform.
Yeah, so
You know?
does that answer that, Rob, why we're doing it? But I must hence we are Reform Devon councillors.
Yeah, just to add to that a little bit is, when people see pictures of Keir Starmer, or they get an impression right away. "Oh, I'm not going to watch that podcast." Or some people might say, "Nigel Farage, I'm not going to see that podcast either." Or, but if they see a picture of Neil and Tony, Stevens and Nat, they'll definitely watch it.
Well, with
that's
moustaches
probably
like
Good
this, how
idea.
can
Maybe
you
we
not?
should get 3 pictures of all 3 of
Okay.
us. It'd be hard to get decent ones.
You got a deal. Yeah. Virtual fist bump. Okay, so hey, now we're moving on to something that we forgot to mention again. Tony, there's something that you were involved in, right? What is that?
I mean, on Saturday I was privileged to be invited to the Devon Youth Council, which is essentially the voice of the youth in Devon. So the people you see there, the younger ones, not the older ones, they are actually the ones who sit on the council and sort of tell you or come up with ideas of things that could benefit. And I mean, one of the things, of course, affects your side as well, Nat, which is public transport in the rural community. And Rob's telling me to rush now. Public in the community and the lack of buses.
And unreliability.
And the unreliability, and how getting to school is a major issue these days.
Okay, thanks, Tony.
Yeah.
Now let's hear about from this guy. He's
Nat, it's your turn.
what's
Yeah.
is that your picture there, Nat? Huh?
I brought a new shirt for today.
Okay.
Take the eye off the moustache, probably.
Now you represent what division there, Nat?
Broadcliff, Rob.
Okay, great. One of my great friends is from Vaucluse, and he's coming down tomorrow. I've gone woke, guys. I'm sorry. I'm planting 6 more trees. I had 4 in the other week, so I'm gone carbon neutral. Okay,
Brilliant.
Oh, you have a long way to go then.
Yeah. Beautiful place to live.
So what have you been up to, Nat?
So it's interesting. We've got.
Let's just step back. Why did you whimper off last week?
I could, if I went into the details, you'd lose a lot of viewers. I assure you. So yeah, the reasons for that was very, very well worth it, and you wouldn't have wanted me to give what I gave to you.
Okay, really.
Give you what I had. So yeah. But no, it's been always busy. There was an item on an agenda at Cranbrook for a permanent flagpole to be put in. I had an email a couple of days ago to say that the town council has spoken to their councillors, so the town council councillors, and they've asked for it to be taken off and be moved further down the line.
Moved or written off?
Moved down the line at the moment.
what do you mean down the line?
The plan is that there's going to be a new council building built at Cranbrook, and then a permanent flagpole position
A
there.
new council building?
I know. And
Well, surely we
Why
got...
don't they just drive from our council building?
the way I see it, I can see that the
Oh,
one they've
thanks.
already got's pretty good, and half of it's not being used.
You're on
Is
about
that
Exeter
because you're the
City?
new council?
No,
Cranbrook
because it's
Town
East
Council.
Devon. This is.
Right, I didn't know
So
they had a
that's
county.
my
I didn't
area.
know that. They
Yeah,
had a,
so there's
anyway.
a town council there. And so obviously they're considering moving buildings down the line. My problem with this, you talked about the flags last week with Jax. You've got a community or a number of people wanting to get involved in their community, and they're being batted off. I drove through Clumpton yesterday. They've got flagpoles up in the centre of the town, and not one flag on lampposts or hanging off of council-owned property. So that about says it all. When you've got a bit of pride already there.
I think we actually saying that we drove down near the Swing Bridge yesterday. Every light,
Bridge Road, isn't it?
Bridge Road, yeah, every lamppost had a flagpole, and the weird
Yep.
thing was not one of them was bent.
And for the emails that I'm getting regards what sort of flags will be put on the flagpole, that would be down to the town council, not me. So, that isn't my decision to make. And I certainly was not going to get involved in an email conversation about what flags we should put up a flagpole.
See, my personal view, if you're going to put a flag up, it's a Union Jack.
That's right.
Yeah, that's my personal view.
Yeah, to represent the country.
Yeah, the country as a
it's in.
whole.
Yeah.
But I've got to admit, the flags do look nice going down
They
Bridge.
do look
Is it
very
Bridge
nice.
Road? Is it Bridge Road?
Yeah, Bridge Road.
Yeah, it's Bridge
it's
Road,
really,
yeah.
it was nice to see.
But I did have a letter from somebody yesterday asking what is Devon County Council going to do with the flags. And to be honest, I don't know. All right, so people have said, are you taking them down? I don't know. But
There's been chat about them taking them down, and if people are caught, then they will be prosecuted. But where that's
what were you
gone,
going to
I don't
prosecute
know.
them for? What for?
For doing what?
This is it. It's very
Oh,
unclear.
I know. We're a Labour socialist state. Let's prosecute everybody.
Okay, guys. Hey, guys.
another-
Excuse me,
another-
sir, for a second. We got to take a commercial break and back to our sponsor, which is Weedabox, and make sure that you hurry down to Sainsbury's and get your free weed seeds because they're free and they can destroy pavements in 1 year. And thank goodness that our MP supports that. Thanks very much. Okay,
well,
Matt, back
can,
to you.
can I actually come on to the weeds? And this is
Okay, go
so
for it, Neil.
I'm actually put a motion forward, which we're discussing next week on the 4th, guys, at the main council meeting. I went to an instrument meeting with the cabinet. They have basically watered down my motion. I mean, watered it down. And what I will do is I'll put my motion forward, and then I will put what they've gone.
Neil, they
down.
should be watering a seed box.
Yeah,
down, okay? You know what I mean?
that's not taking
Read
the
a
mickey,
box,
water
water.
it down, but they have watered it down completely. All right, so I'm still trying to get money for it.
Okay. Well, should we move on here? What's next? Let's talk about Rachel Thieves. Should we? Back to you, Nat. Okay,
I
sorry.
just wanted to say another thing that I've been asked to support through my locality budget, and it came from a Green councillor in my area. And at Westcliff School, they're going to start a fix-it session. So people can take in broken stuff and then have it fixed or learn how to fix it, which I think is a great idea.
I'll be looking in my garage. See what I can find.
We throw away so much stuff.
It's a throwaway society.
And if
isn't
that
it?
can go towards kids learning and people learning how to fix stuff, I think that's
No, I think that's
a great idea.
That's a really good
so
idea.
So much stuff.
If you
thrown
go
away,
to some
so-
other countries like Kenya,
yeah,
they can have a plastic bag and make a kite out of it,
Yeah.
out of sticks and string.
that's it.
Right, you go to other like Afghanistan, they repair things. It's surprising what do we do?
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Yeah, scrap it. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's good.
we're-
and
yeah.
then it will set you up or sets people up with the small skills for their life going forward.
I know we're going off script a bit here, Rob, and I'll come back on the
Yeah,
script.
we are, sir.
There's a couple of things I want to add. Tony and myself went and supported a gentleman and officer of Devon County Council who is a scout leader. Monday and Wednesday, I did 2 days, you did one, but you're doing one Friday.
Yeah, I'm
Really
tomorrow.
interesting, young generation coming in. It was Parliament week, and I was expecting 20 to 30 children coming along. The first lot was nearly 100 children, and they just went through, and we did some training. Fantastic. So James, well done for that. Okay, that was a good eye opener.
Yeah.
Right, sorry to go off subject there.
Okay, well, we try to focus on local issues, but actually, unfortunately, some of the national issues, right, Tony, that we're involved in involves us. And let's just touch on the the budget from yesterday a little bit, okay? And I'll flash the screen up, but can I kick it off with a little math quiz here, okay, guys? Right,
Ooh.
Nat?
I'm out of the room.
God, here we go.
Okay, so
Go that.
okay, so apparently we're borrowing about 150 billion pounds a year. So forget about the
So
26.
say that again. How much we borrowing?
150 billion pounds a
Hang
year.
on, I'm gonna write
Just
this down.
Google it, guys. Okay, so the 26 billion pounds. That's just her little. I don't want to go over the 26 billion pounds, even though we're borrowing
I
150
think it's
billion
27
every year.
billion.
Huh?
Yeah, 27.
Thank
Gone
you
up
for
a bit.
correcting me. And anyway, so they're about. I think there are about 30 million workers in the PAYE workers anyway. Nat, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's say 150 billion pounds divided by 30 million workers.
I was going to say 3, but then I've been sort of trying to work.
So
that out.
15 divided by
Or is it-
3 is
It's
5. So that's
5.
5. There we
yeah.
go.
So 5,000 pounds a year this government borrows every year. So guys,
Well, 5,000
Per person.
per person. So when you're out there thinking about, these woke energy projects and all these different freebies which Steve flashes
Promises
by
us.
you every year, just think about how much
Yeah, no,
money
that's
that you're
interesting
putting on your
because,
kids.
they say, or Labour, I'm not going to use his name, but Labour say they've donated money to the swimming pool. It's not their money. Whose money is it?
Well,
It's
last
not-
time I
it's
looked,
not
it's probably
Humpty
ours.
Dumpty. money.
Rob's right there.
Yeah,
It
Rob
is-
wrote
it,
it.
it only gets handed down the line. So,
our money.
so future generations are always going to have this problem.
Oh,
And
it's going to
have
get worse. It's
you
going
know,
to get worse.
it's going to. It just digs
Well,
a deeper
what
and deeper
annoys
hole.
me, though, what annoys me
So
now is...
we're discussing the budget a minute, aren't
Oh,
we?
Go on then.
Yeah. Okay.
Smoke and mirrors.
100% all
Right,
day long.
smoke and mirrors. Right. Let's look at the income tax threshold. If income tax threshold, we bought this here, is frozen. Right. Everybody understand that.
Yep.
So your wages go up, income tax, you just pay more taxes.
Yeah. If for example,
It'll-
Neil, give you an example, okay? Let's say my daughter gets a bonus. She gets an increase in the wage. Like Rachel Reeves is very generous. They gave 4%. Rachel Thies skims off 20% of that automatically because every incremental amount, just about everybody who earns minimum wage is definitely in the 20% bracket. That's really terrible. So
yeah.
they skim this money off, and then they're very generous because our local MP says, "Oh, we're very generous. I'm going to give some money to the Riverside Leisure Center, 3 million pounds to convert into a woke project," and it comes from you.
And it actually all works in reverse, doesn't it? Because you want productivity to increase, but these people that then jump a bracket of tax would go home with less in their pocket.
Yeah.
So
Neil,
it
bring
doesn't
us
make
back to
sense.
this.
It's not productive
No.
at all,
Right.
is it?
So what about mansion tax and dividends?
It's a
So
poxy
does that
amount
affect,
of money.
Can I ask you a question? I don't know. Does that affect farmers if they sell their? Because some of these farms are worth millions.
I would assume it's
And am I right in saying it only affects the people in England?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I tell
Don't
you
know.
what, it does
Don't
affect,
know.
Neil. Is
Neil.
you know something? Let's just, you know what? It's when somebody's, with all due respect, living, let's say, in a 150,000 pound house. Okay, they're not going to be like Elon Musk creating millions of jobs. You know what I mean? Quite honestly, the way the system works is if you make a company and you create a lot of employment, then you deserve to be making some money, and then you have a mansion or whatever they're calling it. You know. And so they're taxing all the people that are actually delivering and creating jobs. And just one more aspect to that. Like you say,
we never rehearse this, guys. It's straight off. all
Anyway,
right?
like I say, I've gotten a bit woke, you know, in my old age.
I'm still working out what.
And by the way,
know
I
what woke
recycle
is.
everything. My gray bin has nothing in it. Okay, 0. But anyway, I had these trees delivered, and the chap came down from Cheshire to deliver it, Neil, right? And he said, "Oh, you got an American accent. You must be against Trump." And I said, "No, actually, I'm for Trump." And he said, "Oh, I've heard that all these people are moving to England. Guys, do you think they're going to move to flipping England,
I
you
think,
know, and get a
am I right?
mansion
Trump's
tax?
offered,
you know?
offered people to come to America to get away from Labour.
The standard of
going
living
back
is
to the
2 times
question.
as much in England. They're not going to flip and move to England.
Going back to the question, is the mansion tax just on the people in England? Because I thought we were, I don't want to use the word great, but I thought we were British. All right. So I understand, you know, Scotland, Wales, you know, Cornwall, by the way, I'll bring that into it. But English, why just England, you know? And do you know what, Labour? You've messed up. Because all your supporters in Labour, all right, who live in the cities, all right, most of them own properties in London worth more than 2 million.
Yeah.
All right, you've just hit your own people. So well done.
Well, what
and,
happens?
and hard-working people, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
You know, it's
What happens, Neil, when the people that own properties that have made, you know, and created jobs leave and go to Abu Dhabi, and then they take their jobs with them, and we're all poor.
Well, I met a guy today, which is, you know, I'm pretty neutral on this. He didn't believe in Brexit, which I respect, right? But he also said, you know, some people have got billions of pounds. Why should they have billions of pounds? And you know, that's his, you know, and I respect what he thinks. But some or a lot of these billionaires do donate to charities, and they do a lot for, you know, but they don't take the glory, right? So they donate,
Yeah.
you know. So we have to, but let's talk about the budget, energy. This really bugs me, and we're not on about the energy heat source pump, Tony. Okay?
Nope.
Okay, back to your slide there, Neil. You're talking about energy.
Yeah, the
right?
energy bill support.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So let's look at the energy bill support. So it's different brackets. You could save. All depends what size your house is. You could save £90 a year.
right.
What's that? Just under £1.70 something p. You're going to save a week. Okay. If your bill's between £200-300, or say £200 to £400, you're going to save roughly £3.70. You can't even buy a coffee for that.
No.
That's what they're saying you're saving a week. But they don't remember your bills have gone up 60 to 100% in the last 3-4 years. But they're going to give you a coffee. You might as well go Starbucks and beg for it. Oh, no, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay,
So
I
the
get it.
government is saying you're going to save money on your energy bills. We're not stupid.
And they're essentially, because of the carbon neutral thing, isn't it? They're trying to sort of say they're taking less from the green tax they're putting on. I think they're cutting that back a bit.
It's all bollocks.
It's the way it's worded, isn't it? And
Okay.
people see headlines. and
Standard
they
charge.
see-
Standard charge to have a meter. Is that changed? No.
What does that mean?
Standard charge to have a meter in your house. You pay rent. That's the
You
best
pay
way.
rent
of
on the
it.
meter
You
they've
pay
given
rent
you.
for that meter. And you have no choice because you need a meter.
Okay.
Well, just knock the standard,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, Neil, can I bring us back to
Yeah, sorry.
something
I get
realistic
passionate.
here, okay? Which is next year we've got the Exeter City Council elections, 2026. Bring it on.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
because,
people have noticed leaflets
You know,
coming through
half
doors.
the Labour candidates are really lovely people, and they have admitted that they're proud socialists. I'm serious. Paul Black, please send me a
Paul Black.
text and say, Rob, you're wrong. I could go on and on and on. So let's bring it on. What do you think, guys? Yeah.
Well, we've got 5 candidates now who've come up to stand to the post. We're looking for more candidates. This is Exeter Reform. Okay, we are part of that team, so your name will be pushed forward to these people who are pushed forward. So if you want change, guys, we need change. We can stand it, or we got to get rid of Labour in Exeter. That is it. That's my bottom line.
I mean, this is one of my bugbears. They do not want to work with us, the local councillors.
Yeah, but there's another reason we got rid of all these logos as well, because we're honest people. You're honest.
Yeah.
I'm honest.
14.
We work hard.
Yeah.
We work hard. I work hard. Rob, you're retired. Yeah. Jane behind there works hard. All right. We all work hard. All right. But the bottom line is, if you want change, we need to get these out, because I just think that they've been in power too long in Exeter.
They're taking everything for granted.
Right. And I'll tell you something else. Well, tactical voting is rubbish. All right. Tactical voting. Right. Because
What does that mean, Neil? Tactical voting.
Tactical
vote
voting.
for somebody you don't want to keep reform out.
Yeah, and that's what's been happening. Tactical voting, Labour, Greens, right?
They did it in Wales.
Yeah,
Of course it did, yeah.
yeah, they do it in Wales and all that. So in the end, you can do tactical vote, and you're just avoiding what's going to happen.
But you can do a
eventually.
tactical vote. You'll still get rid of the local Labour councillors then.
Okay, Neil. Well, let's get back on script here. We'll talk about this budget really has affected a lot of different people, and the farmers are one.
We'll come
right?
back to the farmers. The actual budget, all right, was a defensive budget.
What does that mean, Neil?
Defensive. So they haven't. Okay, I do question why it was released before Rachel Thieves actually announced it. The markets actually liked it. Okay, they actually liked it. So the markets didn't go up. Everybody understand about that?
Well, the gilt rate went up, though. Everybody know what the gilt rate is, which is the amount of
by the borrowing. Isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah,
So when the gilt rate goes up, it tends to indicate that
There's going to be a lot of borrowing.
the Chinese don't have.
Yeah, well,
the Chinese don't
I have a
have
different
like the
view.
word guilt in
I have
that,
I have a different view. So they're biding their time. They're patching. They're basically patching. It's like pottos. They just do a limited job, all right. But they're biding time for the next elections. Now the next elections is May, definitely in Exeter. All right, I'd be surprised if they don't try and scrub it. But the general election, so they're just biding time with this, and also it keeps the backbenchers.
Section 14.
The back is that Jane getting carried away?
That means that we're supposed to get moving on, mate.
Okay,
All
no, well,
right.
let me finish this. Let me finish. They're biding time for the backbenchers. Nat, why?
What is
Well, because they want their jobs, don't they?
They want to keep
don't
their
wanna
jobs.
lose their jobs.
So these
and it's-
backbenchers will rebel because of these stupid politicians at the front. All right, and Rachel Thieves is a socialist. If you want to go down the socialist route, guys, then crack on. Can we bring that slide up about electric
About electric.
units?
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Okay, my eyes are pretty good. UK 30%, 30 pence.
Well, do you want me to explain that?
no,
a little
no,
bit?
yeah, go and explain.
Okay. Well, this is something we all know about because our great friend Ed Miliband and his band of thieves, Rachel Thieves. Anyway, he's gone fully woke, even more than me. And UK energy bills, Tony, okay? Get ready for it.
I pay 'em
30p,
like you do, Rob.
30p per unit, okay? We're trying to compete with the Chinese, aren't we, Tony? And
I can well
the
believe
Chinese
it,
are
yeah.
only paying 6p, okay? 6p. And the USA, good old bless them, is 14p. So how are we going to actually compete with people if David Miliband is sitting up there and...
I mean, the other problem is,
have-
of course, we don't seem to own a lot of our energy. It comes from, France
France,
owns
isn't it?
France owns quite a chunk of it.
shipping over millions of barrels of oil from
Oil,
Norway,
gas, yeah, I mean,
Well,
We don't own any
don't
of
forget,
it.
they're still doing oil from Russia because how they're doing it is circumnavigating. So the oil's on the tankers, it goes to different ports, and it all comes
No,
in.
seriously, it's a big problem because electricity is used for everything, even electric vehicles, you know?
Well, to
So,
produce the batteries.
And now you're taxed on them too.
Oh, okay.
Oi!
Oh, yeah, he's just reminded me. Let's just remind it, guys. All the people who've got electric vehicles, you're going to be paying your car tax, okay, and 3p a mile. All right, so crack on.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder how
So,
they're going to do that.
One
That's
last
whatever it
thing.
costs
Let's
to
just hit
charge
this
it.
last one.
Hang
Benefits
on,
changes.
Rob.
Huh?
Question: how are they going to charge £3
There
a mile?
might be a protest.
It's done. Actually, it's done on honesty.
There might
No,
be
it
a
is. It's
protest.
going to be cameras. It's got to be cameras.
No,
gonna
it's
be
done on
monitored.
honesty.
There might be a protest in London soon with a lot of EV
Yeah,
cars.
I heard it's
up
done
there.
on honesty,
right.
and you
You
put
never
in
know.
what you
Well,
say
they
you've
won't
done.
get any right.
Well, I
because-
think
Be
maybe
quiet.
if I were doing it, when you do your MOT, Tony, they know exactly what the mileage is then, right? So
Well, yeah.
it'd be an easy way to do it, right?
Well,
Anyway,
it's all digital.
So,
I would tell
we
the truth.
got to crack on here. But the last one is benefits changes. I mean, you know, anybody who's on PIP,
yeah.
and
It's a touchy one. This
Let's all
one.
breed.
Right, okay,
and
so
stay
I
at home.
understand the logic. So you understand the logic is the British people are not having enough children. So we've got to look forward to the future. And basically, we're like bees. We're like bees. We're like a hive. We need
Good
workers.
job he didn't say rabbits, isn't it?
No, we need workers. And we haven't got enough workers. So we're not breeding enough people to do the workforce. Everybody understand that?
So what are you trying to
I
tell
do.
us, Neil?
That the elder population will increase, but we'd have got nobody to replace us.
Yeah. All right,
So
but
what,
we've got to be careful
what do we
here.
need to do about
We've
it?
got to be careful here because, this is touchy subject.
I did
no,
say
I'm
it
quite
was.
happy
I
to
said it
talk
was
about
touchy.
it because it works against itself, doesn't it? You've got
I'm a working father. Jane, my wife or whatever you want to call her, is work. We don't have time to look after loads of children. So if you've got 7 children or 6 children and you're working,
Get a TV
and you're
set.
taking them to school, okay, well, I take my hat off to you. But there's a lot of people who are not working and have a lot of children, and what makes you think they are going to actually be a workforce? I've got to be careful what I say here, all right? But the bottom line is, if you can't afford to keep your have children, don't have them. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, but
I think there's many families out there that
right,
would love to have
okay,
more children.
We're going
they
on a
can't
different
afford
subject
it.
now.
Right.
Okay,
But
so
they genuinely go to work
yeah,
and have jobs, and they sit there and work it out, and they think, right, okay, well, we can't have another child. We just can't afford it
I agree.
because
Yes.
Bob, don't
Rachel
turn us off
Fees
yet. Let us carry on.
Yeah.
and co are taking away my chance to, or my opportunity to be able to afford another child or a sister
But
to
how
Joe
many
or
children
whatever.
do you want? That's what you've got to look at.
No,
If you
right. So the policy in reform is if you're British, you get paid for your children, and what they're on about is changing it. But let's talk about racists, and you're not going to like this. So would you agree Labour has taken a lot of reform policies over about detention, putting them in army camps, removing them quickly as they come over? All these are reform
ideas,
ideas, all right?
and yeah,
But I don't hear anybody calling them racist.
nope.
And do you know what? The word racist is disgusting because all they do is if I say reform, you're racist.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Well, I'd like to promote something, actually. Neil,
Yes.
if you don't mind, okay? I'm a proud follower of the Exeter Socialist Workers' Party on Facebook, okay?
I
And
don't know what he's
tonight,
going to say.
I told you that we're not reform, we're not labor, we're not, we're reaching out to everybody. And so I follow that, Tony, on Facebook. And right after this podcast, I'd like to promote this. Okay, jump on there on Facebook, guys, and you'll see a great live Zoom event. Okay, it's 7 o'clock tonight. Be there. And the topic is, why is labor so racist? So I'm serious. That's the topic of the Exeter
Yeah,
Social
because
Work.
as soon as I say, or we say, let's deport the people coming across the boats, we're racist.
Yeah.
But Labour's doing it.
Yeah.
Do you hear the word racist?
Yeah.
It's a stuck record, isn't it?
It's
a broken
boring.
Well,
record.
they've
you know
got
what?
not much else to sort of
It
say.
is so
So
boring. The
Okay.
label is
I
so
suppose they
boring.
think if they keep saying it, it'll stay.
Because actually, we're quite nice people, and everybody.
Well, yeah,
who I've
well,
met are-
No, but
are
to me, it's
decent,
boring.
nice
Okay,
To
guys,
me, it's
let's bring
unprofessional.
this back. So, Nat, you've got links to the farming community, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm going to put you on the hot seat. You okay for that?
Well,
Let me
I'll tell you if I'm not.
let me flash a slide up, and you can talk us through this with Neil and Tony. Okay, what happened the other day on?
So the day before the protest, whoever was representing the protest on behalf of the farmers were told that they couldn't drive into Westminster, which I obviously didn't go down very well. But this was the day before, after weeks and or months of planning.
Yeah, they must have asked the police.
Yeah, it was all organised. And
Well,
then
so-
the day before, the plug was pulled.
Who by? I know who by.
I don't know.
It was government.
It was the government.
Yeah. Okay, I got a little slide to show, by the way, Nat, if you don't mind. Okay.
We see farmers being arrested just by Trafalgar Square. It's absolutely outrageous. This is the place of the public and farmers being arrested on a Section 14 dispersal because the police the day before decide to say that they're not going to be allowed to protest.
I've asked you several times to follow the conditions.
Walking up to my tractor to get
We
the
want
key out of
you to
it.
protest safely.
Anyway, Nat,
We're gonna follow the
enough of that. Okay.
instructions.
It's a disgrace, is what that is.
These are the people that feed us,
Yeah.
But
and this is the way they're treated.
right. This is the way socialism works. You suppress the people. We have a right to protest.
Yep.
It was all organised. They stopped tractors coming into London. There's a video about they arrested the driver of the tractor, and then they got a low loader in the crane. Well, the crane couldn't even lift it. In the end, they drove it on. It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
If you don't see socialism now, right, these farmers are not criminals.
No.
They have
Yeah,
a right to
not
protest.
farmers.
They are hard-working, peaceful people that want to. They are desperate to not lose their farms. They are trying to save the country's food supply.
If you in
And that
France, you
is
wouldn't
as
get away with it.
basic as that.
In France, so I come up with an alternative here. Whether I just thought about this today, if you can prove that your family farm is being passed down from generation to generation, you leave them alone. Yeah. If you prove that they've bought this to lose money, because all it's to do with big companies are buying loads of land, which is quite easy to prove, then you get taxed. Simple as that. Leave the farmers alone. And there's another question, guys, and I've got to find out about this. Jane, do you know the answer on this? How can a police force handcuff somebody behind their back? In Geneva Convention, if I arrested somebody in the army, I am not allowed to handcuff them behind their back.
So what's different here then, Neil?
You tell me. We're supposed to be a civilized... I mean, handcuffing that farmer, Rob, I'm getting passionate. That guy just drove in to protest, and he got handcuffed.
And how many more?
If you ever been... No, not that I've ever been handcuffed, all right? But I can tell you, it looks very uncomfortable. And these guys are your people. And we are allowing this.
I tried to set on once, but
I'm not going down that road.
not good behind your
Tony,
back.
you ever tried the handcuffs? No, we'll leave that,
Not
leave that
that I'm
conversation.
prepared to talk about.
No, but let's be honest, guys. Let's be serious. These farmers went to protest. You're allowed to protest.
Well, there's
All right?
protests all the
and
time in
they
London.
organised it with the police, and then Westminster, the government, who's a socialist government. And if I'll tell you, Labour guys, you vote for Labour in Exeter, you're voting for socialism. If you're happy for that, I respect that.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Nat,
You hit the nail on the
okay,
head
so
there,
we're
Neil.
we're talking about the farmers, and I'm going to flash this little slide up, Nat. No pressure, but
My eyes aren't that good, Rob.
okay.
Okay, I'll read it. Pressure on rural communities. Is it this LGR, local government reorganisation?
Yeah,
Right, that's
Yeah.
going to take control away from.
of course it is. Yeah, Well, they'll take their voice away how their communities run, and it's the start of
Well,
the end,
everyone
isn't it?
thinks farmers are millionaires. Well, they're not, are they?
No.
They might have assets, but they've got farms to run.
Well, they need. Yeah, that's right. They need the assets to
Run the farm.
To run the farm.
Yeah, fret
so
to
it's simple
fret
as
the
that.
family out.
And it's hard enough now
If
with
you
all
can
the
prove that
paperwork,
it's-
which is another thing, by the way, Reform are going to do.
and
Try
you
and
know
cut
what?
the
Do you
paperwork.
know what? They try so hard to always grow what they've got, regards assets. They've got to maintain it. They've got to. It all gets bigger because the bigger it is, the quicker they can do it. It's because they're getting hammered by the supermarkets all the time, dictated to, and they've got to be more efficient. These guys are efficient people. They do everything within their power to make a few pence at the end of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, I was sad. I was sad what I saw yesterday. This country has never... Right, we had the protests about the miners, correct?
Yeah.
All right, we had the protests about the potax.
Yeah.
Right, you might not remember that.
I remember my dad sticking the banners up on the wall.
Yeah,
and
right, but I've never seen a country so disorientated and not happy. The same again, I'm telling Labour, put it to the people, listen to the people, put it for a general election. Let's see if they want...
Well, yeah, I mean, that is it. If you think you're confident that you're doing the right thing, Labour, have a general election now.
If we lose farming and our farmers gradually over the next 20, 30 years, you're losing businessmen now. They're going abroad, taking their business elsewhere.
Exodus.
This country will end up like a third world country. Unless we start...
we're nearly anyway.
Well,
okay, so what are the...
can I just
anything
say,
else to
any
say
farmer, any farmer who wants to come on, any farmer wants to come on to this, and you're welcome to come on now, next week. No, not next week, the week after, sorry. We're booked up.
And
Neil... we'll try and get Ollie back.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah, get Ollie. Yeah, go for it, Rob. Next
I
slide.
was just going to say thanks for giving us your comments, and also it was great to meet David at our meeting. I won't say which meeting it was, because we're not supposed to say what meetings we attend sometimes. But no, thanks, David, for coming. And at that meeting, we had a lot of people are going to play a great role in the election coming up, and we're going to get an army together again, aren't we, Neil?
Yeah, we've got to get rid of Labour. Sorry, I'm not a socialist. Yeah, no, I'm not a socialist.
Well, there's a lot of things we're not, but I mean, apparently we are.
Okay,
according
so let's
to
talk
them.
about some national issues, guys, and how they connect to local issues. For example, Tony, do you really think that they care about the, when they put sugar tax? Do they think they really care about our teeth and our welfare?
I mean, all that happens is these drinks will have less sugar in, and they'll probably get smaller. But that's about it. But the price will stay the same.
Well, you say less sugar, but they're collecting 520 million pounds a year on this. Okay. So actually, they don't want less sugar, because otherwise it would be like the electric vehicles. Everything, they won't be getting any money, and then all of a sudden they wake up and say, "Oh my gosh, we lost all the sugar tax because nobody's having sugar, so we got to tax something else, right?" Huh?
Well, let's tax some
That makes
milkshakes.
What makes me laugh is, are people stupid? Because the revenue we get for petrol and diesel is horrendous, because we're taxed the hill, and then they tell you to buy electric car. Well, they're going to come after you because they want the money. And now they're coming after I know, I was talking today to an individual where I spent a good time with Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Really good day. What are you doing?
What the? Oh my goodness gracious! Okay, let's.
We can't edit that one out.
One of the councillors
This
is
is a live chat here.
Right,
Anyway, since we have a little pause here, Neil, we've got another math opportunity. Okay, Jane. Jane's great at math, but she's off screen. Anyway,
You couldn't write that, could you?
Yeah. So, hey, thanks to our MP for being so generous and giving us all this money.
very
and
generous
grants,
man.
right? And again, 72 million pounds. Thanks a bunch. I appreciate that. 72. Now, I think there are about 30,000 workers in Exeter, PAYE. Let's just say it's 60 million, okay? 60 million divided by 30,000 is...
Well, that's
2,000. Hey, thanks a lot, Steve, for... you don't say that who's going to pay for that, but it's going to be the hardworking people of Exeter, which you supposedly represent.
Well, the thing is, we
Hashtag
never see
woke.
the money. We never see the money come back again.
No,
I mean,
no.
The government do is they don't send the money into the Devon and the southwest direction, because we're not Labour stronghold.
Well, we are in Labour in Exeter.
Well, you have a Labour MP, yes.
Yeah, we have a Labour MP.
But Devon
Hang on,
itself
hang on,
isn't.
hang on.
Hang on.
He's coming back.
Slide up.
Put a slide up there.
Yeah. Okay, so
But we have a Labour MP,
Sorry, everyone.
but Devon itself is not Labour. Nor is Cornwall. The government are not
so
interested.
Neil, anything more to say about how the national issues affect us? I mean,
Right,
it's
so
a
the
huge
national
topic,
affects
really,
all
to
of
be
us,
fair,
okay?
right?
Transparency, they don't listen to us. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how you protest. You can protest about the shed in the garden. We could do a protest, but nobody cares. The farmers
Might get
they are
arrested over that.
protesting.
Yeah.
No, the farmers are protesting. Are they listening? Nah.
No, no,
So
they're
what
not
do they do?
listening.
They arrest innocent farmers, get a criminal
the-
record.
The stupid thing about all this, what they're going to gain out of doing this to these people, and the say the mansion tax and the farm tax,
Which is only in England.
it's such a small amount they're going to gain back from it.
But,
Why would you do that to your own people?
if the farmers
Why
fought
would
back,
you do that to your own people?
but they're not listening. We need a general election.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you're falling in the trap, Neil. Call to action, right? So talk us through that a little bit.
Okay, so the first thing, I'm demanding transparency, right? You know, that heat source pump, I think it was minus 0.5 who actually replied to it because nobody can take them serious, all right? So they're not talking to the people, right? We need to be questioning our peers, right? What are they spending the money on? Where is the money going? You know,
Well, simple question like this, Neil. Okay, it's a private company, right, Neil?
don't
and what's
even go
going to
down that
happen
road.
in another 30 years when the pipes rot out and all that kind of stuff, and they've gone woke and they've gone bankrupt and all that, and meanwhile the pavements are collapsing and all that kind of stuff? You know, who's going to pay for it then, right?
And that's a massive point, Rob. That
No,
is a
right,
good
right.
point.
So, right, I've already said this. I followed the money, all this heat source, all this greenwashing. 18 people are going to make it, or are making a lot of money out of grants. They've already established 42 million from Exeter. They're doing work in Bristol, millions and millions of pounds.
And Neil, just back to the slide here. I was a bit cheeky, but I put a picture there. You know what that picture is there? You probably don't recognize it. But,
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's Alphington. Okay, that's just a segment, small slice of the big Alphington. And I just want to say, the amount of people that come across on the boat in 1 week would fill every one of those houses. So those houses really aren't being built for British people. They're being built just to even keep pace with the...
Okay, we've got to be careful here
right?
because British people are actually in them buildings, all right? But what you're trying to say, the amount of people coming over is small towns, small villages, small cities, right? That's what we're trying to say. So we have to be accountability. And at the end of the day, I always say, and I will repeat this every time, we're on a seesaw. The seesaw will either tip one way or the other. Right now, the workers are holding the seesaw up, but the way we're carrying on, if 9.7 million people, and I know a lot of you can't work, but one day it will tip.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I get up, my knees are killing me.
Yeah.
I'm deaf, my body is broken, but I still go to work.
Or you've got something stressing you out, and you just got to get through it and get out and work.
Yeah, and I'm going to have people argue. At the end of the day, I've got to hurry up. I've been told, all right. But the
didn't wanna
bottom
say
line
that.
is, get out and work. I'll tell you, it's a privilege to go out and work. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy working.
it's
Yeah.
good
Okay,
for your
guys,
mental well-being
it
as
is.
well.
We're off the
We're going to move
subject.
on. We're going to talk very briefly about the bridge over troubled waters. It's the bridge at the River X down at the Quay, right?
Down by the quay.
Down by the
And,
quay.
And there it is. Talk us through that a little bit,
The bridge is
Tony.
not there.
Okay, so the way, Tony, talk for it.
Well, I mean, we've procured some money, $1 million, to replace the bridge. Now, I must admit, I thought that was rather expensive. Now, I've now read that there is a gas pipe to be moved.
Yeah, but let's go
But-
back to it. We had a bridge,
We had a bridge there.
but it wasn't maintained.
Correct, yeah.
That wouldn't be.
Right, so
Well, it's not there now,
so it's
no.
not maintained.
So-
all right. Okay, this DCC are providing £1.1 million.
Exeter
They've got
City.
it. They've got it.
Yeah. And what happens, Neil, because I've spent a lot of time in construction, but it's not just the flipping bridge. You've got, planning consultants, you've got engineering consultants, you've got crane hire, you've got a multitude of people involved in these things. Health and safety, risk assessments, you name it, okay? And anyway, so you're right. Labor let the thing, get away and it degraded, so they got money from the DCC, right? And then they ran into problems, right? Gas,
They didn't
foundations,
realise the gas pipe.
yada yada.
it
They
blah,
need
blah,
another
blah.
700
Yeah.
grand.
But hang on, there was a bridge there
Right?
before. There was a bridge there before. Why not just put the bridge back? And it'd be interesting to speak to the cyclist group next week because I actually am supporting these cycle routes.
Yeah,
Right? I know you don't. I think these cycle routes are good.
yeah.
Yeah, most of them are. I mean, they link the villages and the towns.
So just finish off on this this issue here. Again, the USPs are Labor let the thing, Labor-led council let the bridge fall into disrepair. Then they forgot to really have enough contingency in there for the unknowns, which happen on every major construction project, okay? And then they don't have any money available, and they've got a deadline. They've got to spend it by March 2027. And so they said, okay, we'll have to spend the money elsewhere. And then, in the meanwhile, you got this numpty Rose Lelliott who failed miserably in the DCC election, right? She thinks she's going to make it in Haven Banks for the ECC. We're going to annihilate them. And she says, oh, my gosh, why didn't they put it on the bridge? Because they had a deadline to use the money, and you guys, the Labor-led council, didn't have enough contingency. So that's that, right? What else?
You got that off your chest, didn't you?
Okay, well, we got limited time to go through this. Okay, so we got to get on
it's
to...
not bad because we don't rehearse, isn't it?
Okay, so...
Jay's looking at me and thinking, what you...
I didn't want to interrupt him then.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry,
Okay, Tony, over to you for this, the great award of the week.
All right, well, I mean, Weed of the Week, look, I don't need to award it this week because the Community Payback team have done a brilliant job in Buller Road and the surrounding area, and this is... Oh, it's gone. Well, it's back again. That's the end result. So I'd love to show you before.
Beautiful.
They've been really busy up there. I've had some fantastic comments. We will be using them again. I can't praise them enough.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, can I just chime in here, though? I remember we saw a picture of some of the Alphington councillors, with little weed things.
around,
right?
yeah.
And guess what? It's a Labor-led council that actually banned glyphosate years ago. So now we've got to run around remember in the 15th century we had serfs? They're paid nothing now,
hang on,
right?
Lib Dems have watered my motion down. They want people to get in
But
and do it.
that's the way England used to be. They had serfs. They had millions of them, and there used to be a couple people in mansions, right? And they weren't taxed, by the way.
Right, can I just say
what a surf
something?
is? Tell me what a surf is, Rob, please.
Well, it isn't a surfboard, but it's somebody who makes zero money and they slave away all day. So that's what's happened is all the woke people are pulling weeds.
That'll be us soon.
No,
won't it?
if Labour want
everybody's
to crack
treating us
onto the
like
weeds,
serfs.
it saves us getting these bad boys in.
Well, look, I can tell you.
I'm going to have
quickly.
to take control here. Guys, I have to give Tony credit. Tony organised it. And do you know what? I was with a Green councillor today, and we were on the phone, on the car phone, and Tony said, I'll pass the number over to you.
And I have, by the way.
And do you know what? To see the working. So we work with Greens. I've walked a route today with the Greens, and Tony works with Greens. And do you know what? Behind the scenes, it was lovely. So the numbers are going. So green areas, if you want support, we got it. Anybody wants the areas down in my neck of the woods, let us know.
Yeah,
Tony, I appreciate that today.
No, it was a good thing. And like I said, I can't praise these people enough.
Yeah, but that councillor was happy. Move on.
Well, that may be Neil, but don't forget that they're largely composed of people that, if you check the Green Party platform, are disaffected labor people, and they're communists almost. So anyway,
all right,
that's my 2 cents. Okay.
Okay. Next one.
Okay. Next slide. Let's bring it up. Tony, walk us through that one.
Well, this is another thing. Like I said, I'm still waiting on the reply from the reply.
Well, that's working well, though, isn't it?
It's working well. What 3 words?
But you got about 20 boxes now.
Yeah, we're sort of putting them in, trying to group them in areas, and the open reach will be coming around. Fingers crossed, as they promised, and they will be repainting them to get rid of the graffiti that's on it.
And before we go to the last bit, the moustaches are coming on. We want judgment next. No, we have to get it sooner, won't we?
Yeah.
All right. So we're donating to mental health.
Men's mental health.
Have to flick through us all just for a still.
Yeah, well, we're sending pictures out next week. Sorry, Rob.
I just want to, before we close here, I just want to promote our sponsor tonight again. And I mean this sincerely. As a friend of mine said, you know what? Weeds are important because they reflect what we are about as a community. If we look sloppy, if we look like SHI, then we question why we're paying money to the council, right? So that's 2 cents. We'll come back to that again, right? Neil,
yeah, no, I agree. We've got the
Well,
motions
I've got to say as well,
Okay, we're down to seconds now, so let's get my favourite slide. This is my favourite slide. And anybody want me to take it off, let me know.
Well, what is the slide about?
Let's go there. Okay, just put the slide on, and that's all I have to say.
Our message is, I can see in my mind's eye those rows and rows of white stones of all the hundreds of my friends and everybody else that gave their lives for what? The country of today. No, I'm sorry. The sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now. And what we fought for was our freedom. We find that even now it's darn sight worse than what it was when I fought for it.
And before we do the music, if any man, woman, or child want to say he's wrong, or a man who's defended this country, then please let us know.
Thank you, Neil. So we're going to close down tonight. Just want to thank everybody for watching, and special thanks to you, Nat, for coming on
You're very
tonight.
welcome.
Okay, sir. And all the farmers that are out there tonight, we're behind you 100%. And again, I hope you like our new branding and everything. We're apolitical, okay? We embrace everybody, even communists, right, Neil?
Yeah, next week we've got Exeter Cycling coming on, and that's going to be neutral. We are looking forward to them regarding cycle routes in Exeter and around. So it'll be interesting subject.
Okay, thank you very much, Neil. So let's bring it on for next week.
Let's
Next
do
week's
it.
podcast.
So,
Let's have
yeah.
a blast, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
feedback is always welcome, guys.
Okay. Appreciate it, Neil.
Respect the place that you call home.